Hi friends, welcome to FoodiesPoint. I hope you're all doing great. Today we have a very special recipe which is Kappa Biriyani. Kappa Biriyani is a street food across Kerala. This is also a traditional dish which is a delicacy among Christian families in Kerala and is also mostly known as beef and tapioca, which is nothing but a kappa. Now, without wasting much time, let's check out the yummiest and the tastiest recipe for the coming new year. Let's check out ingredients in the list here, and I've also mentioned the complete list of ingredients which I've used for this recipe in the description box too. Before getting into the recipe, I wanted to share that this tapioca is actually purely brought from Kerala. Look how happy my husband looks when he plucked out the tapioca from the root, and look how big it is since it is purely organic. Let's get into our first step, which is how to chop tapioca. Look, this is how our tapioca looks, and I'm sure that most of you have already had this in your own ways. This recipe is one of the yummiest recipe of Kerala. Tapioca is a starchy root vegetable that is a rich source of carbohydrate. It has a thick brown outer skin and the inner edible portion is white in color. Now, there are two varieties of cassava root. One is bitter in taste and the other one has a mild sweetness to it. The bitter variety is poisonous. Even cattle that accidentally consume this have died in the villages. These days, only the edible ones are sold in supermarkets. This can be cooked in several ways, including baking, boiling, steaming, and frying. After cooking, it has a soft and creamy texture to it. In India, it is served with spicy curries or used in spicy preparations like adai, biryani, etc. It is also used to make sweet preparations like payasams, puttu, etc. The process of cleaning the tapioca needs a little effort. These days, you also find frozen tapioca which is pre-cleaned and chopped. Tapioca is also available in dried form. You may very well cook with it. The taste of fresh tapioca is, however, totally different. I usually prefer to buy it fresh. For the sake of beginners who are my followers of my channel, I decided to make this elaborate video on how to cut, clean and prepare the tapioca root for cooking. Let's trim the edges of the cassava root and cut into big pieces. This way it is easier to peel the skin than peeling the whole tapioca. Now take each piece and peel the skin. Only after you remove these two layers, the inner white flesh will be visible. Traditionally, grandmothers would make a slit in one side and with the tip of a knife just remove the skin. If the tapioca is fresh, the skin comes off easily from the flesh. Wash the cut cubes in cold water for at least 3 to 4 times to remove all the mud stuck to it. The tapioca pieces should be white in color after washing. Now it's ready for cooking. Take the cut tapioca pieces in a big pot or pressure cooker. Fill with lot of water so that the pieces are fully submerged and there is water at least 2 to 3 inches above the tapioca pieces. Since it is a starchy root vegetable, it comes out better when cooked with plenty of water. Now add 1 teaspoon of salt and turmeric and cover with the lid and cook until 10 minutes or until it is soft. Switch off the stove once the pieces are cooked soft. If you're using a pressure cooker, close the lid and cook for 2 whistles and switch off once the pressure goes down. Ensure you drain off the excess water using a big colander too. Our boiled cassava, that is tapioca, is ready for the next preparation. Let's keep this aside now. Now the next step is to cooking of meat, that is our beef. I've taken 1 kg of beef and I washed them and drained the excess water from the meat, and I have taken very less amount of bones and very less amount of fat from the meat. Now, as I've already mentioned the ingredients, please follow this video for the accurate measurements for making this recipe in the right way. So I've just added few of the ingredients to cook the red meat. Now in this stage, I'm also adding the chopped tomatoes. This is optional. If you do not want to add them, you may omit adding tomatoes. Let's add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, pinch of turmeric powder, and then you may also add 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder and half teaspoon cumin powder as well. Then add few curry leaves and mix them using your hands until all the masalas are blended well with the meat. Once done, let's add half glass of water first and then give it a mix properly and check if additional water is required or not. Only in that case you may add the water. I've added another half glass of water to ensure that the meat can be cooked really well. Do not add too much of water while cooking the meat. Let's switch on the stove and cook this beef until 5 to 8 whistles as per your pressure cooker, and do add the salt if needed as per your taste. Now I'm going to cover with the lid and wait for the whistles and or at least until the meat is cooked soft. Once the pressure goes down, check out if the meat is cooked well or not. To know that, use a knife and try to cut the pieces and check out if it is cooked well or not. If the meat cuts smoothly, that means meat is cooked well. Now let's mix well and keep this aside and move on to our next step. Now let's check out how to prepare homemade coconut fry masala for meat. Into a fry pan, let's add 2 inches of cinnamon sticks, 4 cloves, and 1 teaspoon of whole peppercorns, 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, half teaspoon cumin seeds, 1/4 teaspoon fennel seeds. Ensure you dry roast them only for 2 to 3 minutes on a low flame. Do not over burn them or over fry them, as the masala will become bitter in taste. Once done, let's transfer to a plate and allow them to cool down. Now into the same fry pan, let's add 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds and again dry roast them on low flame for just 2 to 3 minutes or until all the seeds are fried evenly. So once done, transfer to a plate to cool down completely. Now into the same fry pan, let's add the grated coconut, few small shallots, few green chilies, few ginger, few garlic, few chopped onions, few curry leaves, and then let's again dry roast on a low heat for at least 5 to 8 minutes or until the coconut masala becomes brown in color. Ensure you do not over fry the masala, else, as I informed, it will become bitter. At this stage, you can also add pinch of turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder to get some natural color to the recipe. If you look at this masala, it is fried really well. Now let's allow this to cool down completely and then grind all the masalas into fine powder, and then we can use it for our next preparation of our recipe. Well, this is our last step of this recipe. Let's check out how to combine the cooked meat and the cooked tapioca. Now let's take a fry pan and add 2 to 3 teaspoons of coconut oil and add the finely sliced onions, and let's fry these onions until it is soft and turns into light brown color. Keep stirring and cook this recipe only on low to medium heat. Now let's keep stirring and add few green chilies, curry leaves, chopped ginger and garlic, and give it a stir for a couple of minutes. I ensure that this recipe will taste great if you prepare in the same way as I've shown in this video. And if you would like to add more spiciness, you may add more of pepper powder than chili powder to make this delicious recipe. Now the onions are becoming softer. At this stage, let's add the grinded coarse masala powder into this and give it a stir for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Wow, this aroma is really good. Now let's add the cooked meat into it and give it a stir until all the masalas are binded well with the meat. Do not worry about the watery content of the meat. We need to cook this until the water is slightly absorbed with the masala. And after we add the tapioca, everything would be perfectly set. If you are actually preparing this recipe in the same way, you will definitely feel the aroma and the flavor of the cooking of this recipe. Ensure that you keep the heat on low flame so that you do not overcook or burn the food at the bottom. Now if you see, the water content has slightly reduced as earlier. Now let's add the cooked tapioca into it and give it a mix well so that the tapioca is also binded well with the masala and meat. This tastes really great, and this is one of my favorite dish of Kerala recipes. And whenever I get a chance to eat this recipe, I ensure I do not miss it. I urge you all to make this recipe at least once if you are a tapioca and a beef lover too. You can also make this recipe with chicken, just that you need to follow the basic cooking of chicken recipe. If you see, this recipe is perfectly done and set for serving purpose. Ensure you have this recipe slightly hot as it tastes really great and yummy. Please give a thumbs up if you all liked my video, and do try out this recipe too. If you're watching my video for the first time, please do subscribe and share my cooking videos to your friends and family members too. Signing off from 2021 and welcoming 2022. Wishing everyone a happy and prosperous New Year 2022. Let's connect very soon with varieties of recipes in this coming year too. Thank you. Take care everyone. Bye bye.